our warm-up. So nice and easy here. We're just going to start with a chest opener. You can add that side-to-side tap if you like with your feet, opening up through that chest, pulling the shoulder blades back and together. Nice, easy breathing here. Up next, let's take this into a tricep sweep, side to side, extending through that arm, working through the shoulders and the triceps. Nice and easy here. We're going to take this into a heel jack, heel out, lifting through the shoulders. And as you lift, warm up through that upper body by pulling the shoulder blades back and together every rep. Nice deep breathing. We're going to warm up through the chest now with some punches, just shifting your weight side to side, working the front of the shoulder and the pecs. Nice, easy breathing here. And we're going to keep that work going with an uppercut. So this time, a little bit of bicep involved, keeping those punches going. Nice, easy breathing here. Breathing through this. 2 more. And we're going to take it into a marching W, warming up through that upper back and the back of the shoulder blades, squeezing. Pulling the shoulder blades together every rep. 2 more here. And shake it out. So I'm going to start out with the stool in a bent over row position. If you have a chair, you can place your hand on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair, whatever feels right for you. So I'm going to use a 15 here. I would recommend a medium weight for your bent over row. So place your hand on your chair, stool, whatever you've got, or on your other thigh. Back flat, chest out, and try to lift your butt cheeks up so your back is a little bit exaggerated in that flat position. Let's go for 10 reps. Ready? Let's row up, pull, and down. Exhale, pull. Try to keep your hips and shoulders square to the floor so that you're not twisting as you pull up. You got it. 7. Breathing through. 8. 9. 1 more here. 10. Switch it over to the other side. Other arm. Flat back. Stagger your feet. Push your bum back. Here we go for 10. Exhale. 10. Breathing through it. 9. Once again, try not to twist through the core as you pull. Focus on squeezing your shoulder blades back. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, let's lower it down. Up next, we're going to take this into a shoulder press. Now you can do this standing, but as you see, my ceiling's really low here. So I'm actually going to use the stool to do this seated. Now, if you're finding your weights at home are starting to feel a little bit light, this is a good option for you to do this seated version. So palms facing in or out, sitting up or standing up as tall as you can, lifting through the chest. Let's go into a shoulder press. Here we go for 10. 1. It doesn't matter how your hands are rotated, in or out. Whatever feels right for your shoulders is fine. And in this seated position, this exercise, if you have a bench and the back of the bench is supporting your back, it actually makes it easier and you can lift more weight. However, in this seated position with nothing to support your back, it actually makes the exercise harder than the standing position. And lower it down, shake it out. Just to give our grip a break, we're going to do a body weight movement here. 1 hand up, 1 hand down, rotate the shoulders, rotate the shoulders. Let's go for 10. So you're twisting, driving the shoulders forward and back, breathing through this. This is just an active rest, giving our grip a break. 1 more here, and shake it out. We're back to our bent over rows. So once again, flat back, chest out, hand on your thigh, the seat of the chair, or on the back of a chair. Lift the bum. Ready? Here we go for 10. 10. Breathing through. 9. Abs are in. 8. Hips are square to the floor. Keep pushing. 6. 5. 4. squeeze it up. 2, pull that shoulder blade back. 1, over to the other side. Switch legs, flat back, chest out. Here we go for 10. 1, exhale, 2, inhale the way down, breathing through this. Hips are square to the floor. Really get that elbow up nice and high. If you find that you're not really feeling that shoulder blade retraction, if you can't get the weight up high enough, that's a good sign that the weight's too heavy for this exercise. And rest. Let's go back to our shoulder press, standing or seated. 10 reps here. So once again, I'm going medium weight, 15s, palms rotated in or out, sitting up as tall as you can. Ready? Here we go. 10, breathing through. 9, keep this going. 8, abs are in here. Brace your core. Try not to slump it all in that seated position. Keep your chest lifted in that standing position, abs in. 3, exhale up. 2, 1 more here. 1 more set of shoulder rotations. Again, an active rest. 1 palm up, 1 palm down. Here we go. 10, 9, drive the shoulder forward and back. Give that grip a little bit of a break. Keep breathing through this. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. One last round. Now, this time we are going to switch up our row. We are going to rotate on purpose. So, grab that same dumbbell, then step back. For this one, as I rotate, I'm going to turn and look to the side, still pulling my elbow and my shoulder blade back, but I'm getting that core rotation into it as well. Ready? Let's go for 10. Here we go. 10, breathing through. 9, you're really gonna have to pull on this one. Really get that elbow back as much as you can. Squeeze. So you still feel that retraction, even though you're rotating through the trunk. Keep breathing. 3, you got this. 2, 1 more here. 1, switch it out, other arm. So back flat, stagger feet, chest pushed out. Here we go, rotate, turn. You're looking to the side as you pull. Breathe through this. Exhale the way up. Keep your abs braced. Pull your belly button in. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1 more here. 1 more set of shoulder press, standing or seated. This time, we're going to add a drop set. So I'm going to use my 15s on my first set. Then I'm going to switch to my 10s. So use your next lightest weight. We're going to switch out and we're going to go to fatigue. So it doesn't matter how many reps that is. It's up to you. So let's sit up tall, palms rotated in or out, whatever feels right for your shoulders. Let's go for 10 here. 10, sitting tall. 9, brace the core, pull your abs in. You can do it. Exhale up. Keep pushing. 6, 5, brace that core. 4, sitting as tall as you can. 3, almost there. 2, 1 more here. 1, switch it out. Grab your next lightest weight, something around 2/3 of the original weight. Sit up tall. Let's go again. Here we go. Now this one, I'm not counting reps. We are going to fatigue. I want your muscles to be burning. So you should starting to feel like you're tiring out here. Keep it going. Work through that burning sensation in the muscle. That's the lactic acid buildup here. If you're slowing down, that's okay. I've got 1 more in me. Keep going if you can. And shake it out. Grab a water break whenever you're done your set. And then we're going to set this aside for just a moment. Shake it out and catch your breath. All right, let's go into our next 2 moves. We've got bicep curls and rear delt flies. So for this one, I'm going to start, again, medium weight with my 15s. we're going to start in a hammer curl position. So feet shoulder width apart, shoulder blades pulled back, and we're going to curl up so the heads of the dumbbell go straight up and down. Let's go for 10. Here we go. 10. Breathing through. 9. Brace the core. 8. Try not to swing the weight up, even though with this hammer curl exercise, it can be very easy to kind of swing it up at the bottom of the movement. It should still be a lift for you. Gentle bend in the elbows at the bottom of that movement. 3 more here. 3. Keep it going. 2. 1 more here. 1. And lower it down. We're going to do a front raise. So this one, you can use 1 dumbbell that you're holding the heads of, or you can use 2 smaller dumbbells. I'm going to use 2 5-pound dumbbells here. Feet shoulder width apart. Roll your shoulder blades back so you're standing up tall. And let's lift to shoulder height. Here we go. 10. Slow and controlled on the lowering. 9. Just a gentle bend in your elbows as you extend out. So the elbows are relatively straight, but they're not locked. Keep that chest lifted. So even though we're lifting forward, I want you to try to pull the back of your shoulder blades back. 3 more here. You can do it. 3. Keep this up. Exhale. 2. Breathing through it. 1. Whew, shake it out. Once again, we're giving our grip a little bit of a break. So let your arms hang down. We're going to go into a backwards shoulder circle for 10 here. Just an active rest. Keep squeezing through those traps. 2 more. And shake it out. We're back to the top. Bicep curls. Once again, hammer grip. So straight up and down. Feet shoulder width apart. Roll the shoulder blades back. Here we go. 10. Slow on that lowering phase. 9. Breathing through it. Exhale up. 8. Try not to let your shoulders cave forward in this movement. You want to keep that chest lifted and the shoulder blades pulled back and down. 4 more. 4. Keep it up. Keep it up. 3. Push through this. 2. 1 more here. 1. Lower it down. Front raise. So grab those dumbbells. 1 heavier one, 2 lighter ones, whatever works for you. Feet shoulder width apart. Roll the shoulder blades back. Here we go for 10. 1. Remember, keep the shoulder blades back on that lift. So even though it's a forward motion, you want to keep lifting that chest and gently pulling backwards with the shoulders, especially on that lifting phase. You got it. 5. Breathe through. 4. Ooh, shoulders should be getting tired. 3. Keep this up. Keep this up. 2. 1 more here. 1. Ooh, lower it down. Another set of shoulder circles. This time we're going forward. Forward circles for 10. 2. 3. Keep this up. 4. Just letting your grip rest here. You can stretch out those fingers if you like. 8. 9. 1 more here. 10. Curls. All right, 1 last set. But I would recommend lower your weight here because we're going to take the reps up a notch. So instead of 15s, I'm going to use my 10s. So on this one, we're going to start in the hammer curl, and then we're going to switch our grip to palms up. Shoulder blades back. Ready? Here we go for 10. 1. Breathing through nice and slow. 2. Now this is going to feel light in the beginning. That's okay. Don't switch out your weight because I promise you we can exhaust with this lighter weight. Keep this going. Try to squeeze your butt cheeks together. That helps you to not swing through this movement. 2 more here. 2. 1 left. And 1. Now flip your grip so your palms are up, shoulder blades are back. Ready? Let's go for 10 more. 10. Now if at any point you're too fatigued to keep going, try to get a few more in alternating. That will help to get through the reps, but still give the muscle a little bit of a break. 6. Almost there, almost there. 5. Squeeze those biceps. 4. Your biceps should be burning here. 3. Keep this going. 2. 1 more here. Woo. 1. 1. Shake it out, lower it down. So one more set of front raise. Grab your lighter dumbbells. So this one, feet shoulder width apart, set your shoulder blades back. Let's go for 10. Here we go. 10. Remember, try not to let the shoulders cave forward. 9. Breathe through this. Exhale up. 8. Keep pushing through. 7. Now this one's really working the front of the shoulder. So right after this, we're going to work the back of the shoulder. 4, but it'll be body weight, don't worry. 3. Shoulders should be burning here. 2. One more. 1. Lower it down. And then from here, palms are out. Let's make a T and squeeze. Let's do 10 of these. Here we go. 10. Pulling back. 9. Squeezing the shoulder blades. This one should feel like a good stretch as well. After all that forward, front of the anterior deltoid is the front of the shoulder. Breathing through. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Shake out those arms. Grab a water break here. We'll go to our next round. So once again, I'm going to use my chair or my stool. If again, you need to put your hand on your leg, you can do that instead. So we're going to be doing a tricep kickback. Now, commonly, people try to lift too much weight on this one. It's very common for people to try to do the same amount of weight on their kickback as they do on their overhead press or their skull crushers. I promise you, you will need to lift lighter on this one. So I'm going to go with my 5s. It sounds light, but trust me, we're going to exhaust those triceps. So same position as our bent over row, but then lift your elbow up. The dumbbell should be next to your rib cage. Let's extend back for 10. Here we go. 10. If you can't get a full extension here, you should be able to feel a squeeze in the back of the upper arm on that extension. And you should be slightly angled when you come up so that your hand will be higher than your shoulder on that extension. If you can't get your arm all the way up, it is too much weight. One more here. And over to the other side. So staggered stance, lift that elbow up. Let's extend back. Here we go. 10, 9, breathe through. 8, keep this up. 7, exhale. Lifting up nice and high, really getting that squeeze. If you're not feeling that squeeze, if you're not getting that full retraction here, then it's too heavy. One more. And lower it down. Now that we've worked the front of the shoulders pretty extensively, we're going to go into a rear Delt Fly. So we're going to do this in a bent over position. If you have resistance bands at home, you can also do this standing if you like, using your bands. So palms facing inward, bent over position, hands just in front of your knees, and let's go into a T position. Here we go. 10, nice and slow on the lowering. 9, once again, if you can't get that shoulder blade squeeze, it's too much weight. It's very common for people to overlift on these. They want to lift as heavy as they can, and the thing is, in some lifts, it's not a bad thing to push your weight a little bit, but in these tiny controlled arm movements, we want to make sure that we're not using momentum. And lower it down. So I'm switching out one dumbbell. Oh, we have our mobility. So mobility exercise, we're going to go into a press out here. Standing tall, let's press out and pull back in. Palms together. Here we go. 10, pull in. 9, pushing and pulling. Tension on the pecs. Exhale on the push. Breathing through it. It's just giving our grip a break while still working the upper body. 4 more here. 4. Breathe through. 3. Keep pressing in. Tension on. 2. 1 more. 1. Tricep kickbacks. So once again, I'm going with my 5. Back flat, chest out. Try to lift your bum up a little bit. That helps to get the position. Lift that elbow next to the rib cage. Here we go. 10. Nice deep breathing. 9. Squeeze it up. 8. Push through here. 7. Keep this going. 6. Breathe. 5. 4. Full extension is so important in this move. You should feel that tricep contract every time, and lower it down. Other side, back flat, chest out, lift the elbow. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, really focusing on that muscle contraction, squeezing the back of the upper arm. Keep this going. 4, 3, 2, don't let your elbow drop. 1. Ooh, shake it out. We're back to rear delt flies. Once again, I'm using my 5s. Fold forward, weights in front, chest out. Let's go for 10. 10. Slow on the lowering. 9. Really pulling the shoulder blades back and together. Squeezing at the top. Breathing through it. Abs are in. 4 more here. 4. Exhale up. 3. Keep this going. 2. 1 more here. 1. Back to our mobility move. Press out. So, feet shoulder width apart, palms together, shoulder blades sit back. Here we go. Tension on. So you're squeezing your pecs, pushing and pulling. Keep this up. Exhale. Inhale. That's it. You can do it. 5, 4. Breathing through. 3. Abs are in. 2. 1 more here. 1. We're going to switch up our kickback a little bit. So in this one, we're going to do both arms at the same time. So back is flat, chest is out, lift the elbows up. Let's go for 10. Here we go. 10. Pausing to squeeze. 9. And this one I find significantly harder to maintain good form than doing this on the bench. So if you find you get better retraction and better lift through that tricep when you use a bench, go ahead and do that every time. That's okay. 2 more. 2 and 1. Now take those dumbbells, put them together, lift them up overhead. Let's go into an overhead tricep press for 10. Here we go. 10, 9, squeeze it up. 8, breathing through. 7, 6, keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2 and 1. Whew. Shake out those arms. 1 last rear delt fly. Feet shoulder width apart. Fold forward. Palms facing in. Here we go. 10. Squeeze it up. 9. Slow and controlled. 8. You got it. 7. 6. Keep squeezing. 5. Now we're going to come up to standing after this and do a little bit more shoulder blade retraction. 2. 1 more here. 1. So come up to standing. From here, extend your arms out. And we're going to pull the shoulder blades back. So it's a small movement. So push your chest out and pull your shoulder blades back. Release. Push and release. So you should feel your shoulder blades moving backwards. Your elbows stay in the same position. Squeeze. Pause to squeeze the shoulder blades. 3. Release. 2. Release. 1 more. And 1. Whew. Shake it out. Grab a water break here. Catch a little breather. We're going down to the floor for some chest work. So grab a towel, a mat, whatever you've got. I'm going to angle my screen downward so you can get a better view. So in our chest work, we're going to be doing a chest press. And I would recommend going as heavy as you can here. So whatever is probably your heaviest dumbbell at home is what I'd recommend. I'm going to go with 25s here. If you have a really extensive dumbbell collection, that might not be the case, but generally, go as heavy as you can. All right, so knees bent, floor, elbows pointing 45 degrees out to the sides. Let's go into a regular chest press for 2. you're pressing them down into your mat. So it's a slow lowering, but focus on that shoulder blade squeeze. You got it. 3 more here. 3. Keep this up. 2. 1 more, 1 more. 1. Ooh, all right, let's lower 1 dumbbell down. From here, place both hands on the other dumbbell. We're going to press up directly from the rib cage. Ready? Here we go. 10, 9, 8. Breathing through. 7, 6, 5. Keep it going. 4. Breathe through it. 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Once again, just giving grip a little bit of a break. We're going to lift up our hips, arms overhead, touch your thumbs down to the floor, and raise back up. Let's go for 10 of these. So lift those hips as high as you can, that glute bridge. Just giving that grip a break, stretching out through those lats. Lift them nice and high. 3 more here. 3, 2, 1 more. 1. Back to our chest press. Now this time, if you'd like, you can lift your feet up and either crisscross them or have your feet together. We're going to do a regular chest press, but we're going to add a little bit of core into this. So either feet crisscrossed or legs up, elbows at 45. Let's go. 10. Keep your heels pressed up toward the ceiling. 9. Pressing the lower back down into the mat. Keep pushing through. 7. You can do it. 6. Breathing through that. You're almost there. 2. 1 more here. 1. Lower 1 dumbbell down, bring your feet down. And this time we're going to speed up the pace of that press up from the rib cage. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, shake it out. Bridge. Lift it nice and high. Let's lower down. Stretching through those lats. Lift up those hips, pressing through the heels. Just working through that range of motion for the upper back here. Really reaching your fingertips back on that extended position. You got this. 1 last round of chest coming up after this. 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more here. 1. All right, grab those dumbbells. So once again, you can have your feet raised or on the floor, heels up toward the ceiling, elbows at 45. Let's go for 10. 1. Breathe through this. 2. Keep it up, keep it up. 3. Slow on the lower. 4. Push through it. 5. Almost there. 6. Heels are up. Don't forget to flex at the ankles. 2 more. We're not done with chest press yet. Bring them up and then lower. Right arm down. Bring it up. Left arm down. Slow and controlled. Switching sides. Right. Breathe through. Left. Really slow lowering. Right. 1 more. Left. Well, 2 more. Sorry. 1 more on each side. 1 left here. And lower legs down. Lower 1 dumbbell down. 1 last. Press from the rib cage. Both hands on the dumbbell. Fast pace. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And arms should be burning here. Shake it out. Open up through the chest by pulling the arms back into a wide position and stretching through those pecs. We're going to take it into our stretch break next. If you feel you need some water, grab some now, and we'll go into our stretches. If not, you can just chill out here in this pec stretch. Whew. All right, so let's start with our stretches here. So once again, we're in that Y position. From here, come into a T, so your arms are out. And then we're gonna bring both legs up and drop them over to the side. So I'm actually gonna place my knees just on top of a dumbbell here. And you can adjust that T position through your back. So you can adjust your arms where they're extended out to whatever feels right for you. Move them up, move them down, switch your palm position. Just gently stretching through the spine in that rotational position. And because I'm a little bit propped up here, that's okay. My legs are actually resting on a dumbbell. If you find that it hurts your back to go all the way down, you can use a prop to keep your legs a little bit elevated. All right, let's take it up and over to the other side. So both arms come up, down to the other side here. Once again, readjust that T position with your arms. Kind of open up through that chest. You can flip your palms up or down, whatever feels right for you. And this should feel like a nice stretch through the pecs as well, since we just did so much chest work and the front of the shoulders. You should feel a nice gentle stretch through those muscles in this position as well. And let's come back up to the middle. Take your hands to the front of your shins and just gently pull your knees in toward your chest and then rock side to side. So you're gently pushing your lower back down into the floor, and it should feel gentle for the lower. 2 more. And extend the left leg out, but keep that right knee tucked in. Placing your hands just on top of that knee, gently pull inward and try to reach your left leg out as much as you can. Try to extend and try to point your toes away from you. Really stretching through the hips. And if you find you have work on, this stretch can be done with your legs hanging off of the end of the ottoman, so that the leg that's extended out would actually be lower than a neutral position. Right now we're perpendicular to the floor. However, you could do this with the leg hanging down, so you're actually stretching even further. Let's go out with the right. Bring your left knee in, gently pulling in toward your chest, and then try to lengthen. Really try to stretch through the leg that's extended outward. Exhale. Make sure you're not holding your breath here. Stretching through those hips. And even though we did all upper body work today, it is so important to stretch out the hip flexors. They tend to get really tight from sitting at a desk all day because they're constantly in a flex position, especially when we don't take a lot of breaks away from the computer. And extend that leg out. From here, we're just going to flop the toes outward, bring them in, flopping outward. Gently press your heels into the floor as you go through this ankle rotation. And you'll notice that your hips are rotating as well. So the knees and the hips are going in and out as the toes turn in and out. Just gently working through that rotational movement here. 2 more. 1 more. And come up to a seated position. From here, extending your legs out, just gently glide your hands down the front of your shin until you feel a gentle stretch in your lower back. And just chill out here for a bit. You can adjust your neck position to whatever feels right for you. Lean a little bit more forward if you're feeling like you're getting into the stretch now and the lower back is starting to loosen up. Exhale, try to relax the shoulders down. Breathing through this. And gently come up out of it. From here, place your hands behind you. Take your right foot, stack your right heel on top of your left toe, and then lift your chest up toward the ceiling. And you should feel this stretch in your hamstrings. So while that seems like an unlikely place to feel the stretch in this position, that elevated leg position, you might feel a little bit of tensing in the hip flexor here, but you're really getting that stretch through the hamstrings in this position here. Try to keep those heels pressed out and let your shoulders fold forward and then lower that leg down. Let's take it over to the other side. So your shoulders are rolled forward a little bit here. Lift up through that left foot. Heels are out, and then lift your chest up toward the ceiling, getting that nice big stretch in those hamstrings. You might feel a little bit between the shoulder blades here as well, because it is quite challenging to sit up tall in this position. So you might feel a little bit through the mid-back and the back of the shoulders. Nice deep breathing here, getting that hamstring stretch. And slump the shoulders forward and then just gently come out of it. Let's go into an adductor stretch. Feet together, lifting through that chest. Try to imagine there's a string pulling your chest up toward the ceiling. Just let your knees gently drop down toward the floor. Doesn't matter how deep you come into the stretch, as long as you're getting a gentle stretch through the inside of the thighs. Nice deep breathing, keep that chest lifted. Shake it out, side to side, and come up out of it. We're going to take this into a seated position. If cross-legged feels comfortable for you, you can stay right here. If you need to, you can go a little further out with your legs. Then take one hand, place it behind you, take the other arm, and lift up. We're stretching through the lats. Press your palm up toward the ceiling. You can slide that back hand a little bit back if you need to, so readjust your position once you've raised up that arm. Stretching through the lats and the obliques here. Pressing that armpit up toward the ceiling, pressing your palm up toward the ceiling, lengthening through the upper back. Exhale, over to the other side. Drop that hand back, take the other arm, lift up, pressing the palm up. Once again, readjust that hand behind you, adjusting as needed in order to really lengthen through those lats. Nice deep breathing here. Stretching it out. And lower it down. We're going to take this into a kneeling position. So if you don't have a thick enough mat, I would recommend just putting a towel down or a pillow down underneath your knees. We're going to go into a little bit of mobility here. So in a flat back position, kneeling, place your fingers just behind your ears, and we're just going to gently rotate to the side and then back down. Exhale, rotate to the side and back down. We're just gently pulling that shoulder blade back, opening up through the chest. Exhale on the way up. Inhale all the way down, slow and controlled. 3, 2 more here. 2, 1 left, and 1. Over to the other side. Place that hand on the floor, hands behind the ears, back flat. Here we go. 8. Nice and slow here. In this position, you can place the dumbbell on your mat or on the floor. The dumbbell, so it acts as a handle, and that will help to keep your wrist in a neutral position. 2 more here. 2, 1 more, and 1. From here, we're going to take this into a hip flexor stretch. So let's bring the right leg forward, left leg back, and then just slide that forward foot forward a little bit, and then push your hip bones forward. From here, you can place your hands behind your back in a pec stretch or chest stretch if you like, or you can keep your hand on your thigh if that hip stretch is deep enough for you. Nice deep breathing here. Pushing those hips forward. Try to relax through the shoulders. And then just gently bring your hips back, loosen up that forward knee, bring it back, and then bring the other leg forward. Once again, just slide that leg forward gently, and then push your hips forward into that stretch. You can add that pec stretch here if you like. So you can either have hand on your thigh in a forward position or arms backward behind you. Whatever feels right for you is fine. Nice deep breathing here. And gently bring the hips back, loosening up that knee, bring that knee behind you. We're going to take this into a child pose. So you can have your knees facing forward, a little wider if that feels like it opens up the hips for you. Let's walk the hands out and then drop down toward the mat to stretch out the lats. Nice big exhale. If you feel like you have a tendency to hold your breath, just take notice of that. Exhale and relax the shoulders down. Breathing through it. And just gently lift up a little bit. Take one hand, loop it under the other elbow with the palm facing up, and then once again, drop down. Now you might need to twist a little bit to that side. So right now I'm twisting just enough that my nose is pointing toward the palm that's looped under. And that's going to help to stretch out the back of the shoulders. And just come down as low as what's comfortable for you. The shoulder stretch should feel gentle, but it should feel like it's just pushing the range of motion a little bit. And gently come up out of it. Walk that palm back to where it was. Take the other one, loop it under, and then drop back down. This one is a modified yoga stretch. This one's called thread the needle. So you thread your hand through the loop that's made by your arm. Nice big exhale. Stretching out through those shoulders. And walk the hands backwards. You can come once more to a seated position here. From here, shrug your shoulders up, letting your arms hang down, and then push the palms down toward the floor, actually pressing them down into the mat, and then lift up, squeezing, and then press down, pushing the clavicle down past a neutral position. Once again, lift up, exhale, push down. Once more, lift up, and then pushing down. Let's stretch through the neck here. Place your hands just on top of your knees, and from here, turn to the side, looking over your right shoulder. Turn to the left. Gently pushing the range of motion, back over to the right. From here, we're going to make a U shape with our neck. So with this one, we're not cranking backwards. Gently start with your head tilted down, and then make a U shape by turning your chin over to the right side, and then turning over to the left side, just working through that range of motion. 2 more. And then place your hand just above, or sorry, just behind 45 degrees to the back of your skull, and then guide your head down. So your nose is pointing toward your knee. So we're tilted at a 45-degree angle here. And this will help to target the muscle that runs at the back of the, or into the side of the neck, not just the side. Those are 2 different muscles. So if you go from your ear and tilt down to one side, lift back up, 45 degrees to the back of the skull, guide the head down so it's pointing toward the knee. So you might find you have tightness either in the side of your neck or at this 45-degree angle, which again, totally different muscle group. So one can be tight and not the other. So we do want to make sure that we're regularly stretching both of those muscle groups. And gently come up out of it. Shake it out. Shake out your shoulders. Deep breath in. And exhale. We're all done for today. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.